Welcome back, honey.
Are we allowed to touch glasses?
We are. We're always together.
Did you hear that false start?
Cocktails!
Take that, Richard.
She may do another shot again.
Cocktails!
Oh, yeah. That was a little late. So, what's going on with this outfit tonight? A little Vegas chic, a little Vegas hooker? What's going on?
I'm missing Las Vegas.
Is that what it is?
I'm missing traveling.
I'm missing everything. How was your week, my love? Oh, cocktails! How was your week? What'd you do? Anything exciting happen?
Wonderful. Listen, I've just been enjoying the sunshine very much. It was Mother's Day on Sunday.
It was.
Which was lovely. Happy Mother's Day to all of you.
Happy Mother's Day to all our moms out there. We had a great Mother's Day.
We did. We celebrated Mother's Day and my mom's birthday because my mom, happy birthday, on the 14th.
How old is she now? 89, 93?
I can't say that. She looks like she's 50.
She looks like she's 50, yeah.
Yes.
No, we did a really nice thing. We did my backyard. And we all came out and
my sister and brother-in-law.
Yeah. And we socially just in the backyard, we barbecued and we just sat out in the sun and we got a pool for the kids.
We did.
And it was so much fun for the kids. We were in there a lot more. And we did water balloons.
We did water balloons
and we made barbecue and we did sparklers.
We made barbecue.
We made barbecue. See, that's why I should. Every time we start, Nicole's like, "Let's do a shot." I go,
well, because
no,
I get nervous.
And then I'm like, "Okay, I'll do a shot." And then she's fine, and I'm like, "Hi, everyone, welcome to the gym."
No, my ears are hot. So anyways.
So,
cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Happy Friday.
So, lovely Mother's Day. I was very excited. I went shopping this week. You know, it was my week to go shopping. And I walked into Trader Joe's. What? Trader Joe's. See, that's what I can't do. I went to Trader Joe's and the peonies, right?
The flowers.
Yeah, peonies, penises.
Oh, there we are.
What is it?
I'm not going near that one.
Peonies were in, and I was so excited. They're my favorite flower, and I love when they do the daffodils, and I love when they do the peonies, and I was so excited, and then I got them 2 days ago, and they started blooming this morning, and I'll have them for, I hope 2 weeks.
That's exciting.
I know, that's my life right now, flowers. I'm gay and old,
It's important to stop and smell the flowers, enjoy the beauty of all things.
So we have a special guest that's going to make a stop-by appearance. It's just a quick stop-by tonight, right? Because he's going to come back and do like a big show with us. But Tad Fujioka is going to come out and spend a little time with us, our little tadpole who runs our box office. And then the rest of the night is about me.
Isn't every day kind of about you?
How? 20 years later, how?
But yes, you know, this is our 7th episode.
I cannot believe it. It's so funny because we like you, we film, well, not like you, we film it and then we don't watch it. And then we watch it like...
We have to wait until Friday. We don't get a preview or anything. We wait until Friday to watch it live with all of you.
So this week we didn't get to watch it until Sunday night. And it was so much fun. And the funniest thing is that after the show was over, automatically the first episode went back in. And we were like, oh, after 7 weeks, we were so reserved. I had no cards. I said fuck like once.
I don't even think we did on that show.
Oh,
but
just
now,
shit.
I mean, it's taken off.
Now the words are flying. Oh my God. So I was talking with Elliot today, our baby Guido from 9.
Hi, Elliot.
Hi, Elliot. We love you guys so much. And he was so funny. He's like, I love your show so much. And Mandy's like, how do I get onto it? But she started watching today. But yeah, the kids are doing so great. But anyways.
Listen, speaking of shows, Mandy was on Jeopardy recently.
I know.
That's amazing.
Oh, she was awesome.
Yeah.
She didn't win though.
Listen, we couldn't even qualify. So
exactly,
let's
please.
Start there.
Speaking of qualifying, guess what I qualified for this week? Unemployment! Yay, I got my letter today. I'm gonna get $420 a week.
Woo!
But there
Drink
we
to
go.
that. Cheers to everyone on unemployment out there.
There we go. There's a lot of us now.
We're with you.
So what are you drinking tonight?
I am drinking...
It's really hot, right? Is it just me?
No, it's warm up here.
Okay.
But you've also been downing your cocktail. Damien's back on the old Jack and Coke because, he didn't.
Well, you know what? It's so funny because I drink whiskey.
We drank the tequila last week.
Oh.
And we're still recovering. I don't know about the rest of you that celebrated Cinco de Mayo with us.
Tequila, not a good friend of mine. But I will tell you, I love whiskey. And I have been on a whiskey kick. I go from Bullet, I go to Jack. But you know what I discovered in the last 2 weeks? And I am in love with it. And I love it so much. And
that you're going to talk about it on the show.
I am. 7. Canadian 7. It's so funny because I always thought it was such a white trash drink because my grandfather drank it, my dad's dad, and the Lorton side.
Lorton's.
But my grandfather used to keep it in the freezer. And I'm like, I'll taste that. I remember that bottle from when I was a kid. Well, it's only $9.99 a bottle, $9.99 a bottle.
Well.
Or if you buy the Canadian, it's $17.99 a bottle. I'm like, okay, I'll try that. I have fallen in love with 7. It is fabulous. It's got such a nice smoky, oaky taste to it, and it's fabulous. And then tonight I'm drinking Jack, and I did not realize how sweet Jack was.
Jack's super sweet.
It's really sweet. I mean, I love Jack too.
Love
Don't get me wrong. But yeah, I'm really a 7 member right now.
Well, for all of those of you out there that are following the cocktail that we're making, we're having the Bright Star tonight, named after for when we did Bright Star.
And we also have a secondary name. What's the other name of it?
I think they're calling it
the Encore.
No, the Curtain Call.
Oh, the Curtain Call.
How many things did you just make up right now?
Ovation, Encore,
So the
whatever.
Bright Star is whiskey, a splash of pineapple juice, some lemonade, and garnished with a lemon. I don't think I got a lemon. Who? What?
What? Oh, see? She makes fun of me.
I didn't get a lemon garnish. Someone's falling down on the job.
Well, I think since we're both got a good buzz going, let's go ahead and sing a little music.
Let's sing a little song.
Okay, so we're going to sing the song, and we're going to dedicate this to Beth.
This is bad.
No, it's great.
It's bad that we're slurring over our words and we haven't even gotten started yet. Good thing. What?
Well, I was going to say Beth, but we.
I always wondered, did people at home know how intoxicated would we appear like we're keeping it all together and we're
Well, now you just gave the secret away,
well?
Nicole. Now they know.
Now they know.
I'm going to have to lose this jacket soon.
I think they know.
No,
Take
I
it
said
off.
Beth because of Beth Hansen, because she played this.
If only there was a brooch underneath.
I know.
We should cut and just have brooches just in various places in case any layer has to come off.
Okay, you're not allowed to drink anymore.
I'm done.
Take it away. So we're going to sing a song from Gypsy, and we're dedicating it to Beth tonight because Beth, which we'll talk about in a minute, has got a fabulous program going on at OCC, and she's doing amazing things, and we love Beth. And I said Beth-it because Beth is such an actress that one of our kids coined the word Beth-it.
The Beth-it method.
The Beth-it method.
Of acting.
If you know, there's method acting, and then there's Beth-it acting.
Yes, and so to bring it full circle, we did Gypsy here on this stage in 2014, and I got the chance to work opposite Beth. She played Mama Rose,
and she taught a lot of great lessons during that show.
Yes, and I played Louise, and it was an amazing experience. Gypsy's one of my all-time favorite musicals.
Oh, one of mine too. And I've always said, when we bring it back, which will be soon, you will be Mama Rose. In 2 years, folks, 2 years.
Wow, how time flies. But fun fact, Gypsy was one of the first shows that we did together. And we touched on this last week with Adriana. It was when I first met Adriana. And we did this back in 2000.
Yeah.
At Costa Mesa Playhouse, and Adriana was Louise, and so it's fun to, this is one of those shows that you can really start out as a little baby.
Oh yes.
Playing one of the baby, you can play every role. I mean,
well, Brenda Peters did that. She started out as one of the Tory Adorables, and then she went on to play Baby June, and then she came back and played Mama Rose. Because it's such a generational show.
It's a timeless show, and beautiful music, so.
Well, let's sing a little bit.
We're gonna duet.
Okay, here we go.
Everybody take a drink, you're gonna need it.
Oh, yeah.
And again, we're holding our music, because,
we just learned it today.
We underachieve these things.
And.
You'll never get away from me. You can climb the tallest tree. I'll be there somehow.
Like I could climb a tree. True, you could say, hey, here's your hat. But a little thing like that
if you told me to. So go on and try. Just try. And you're gonna see.
I know.
How you're gonna not at all get away from me.
Oh, speaking about getting away from us, there are some people who cannot get away from us because they've been so kind and stepped up for us this week. And I want to share those people with you. I got to move lots of things. We have a lot of things on the table tonight.
Lots on the table.
Here we go. First off, Ellison Fleischer donated $100 this week.
Thank you.
Donald Alexander donated $250. Said, good luck, Damien and Nicole. We love you. Lee and Mike Busco every week. Again, thank you. We love you.
Thank you.
Linda Peterson donated $100 and said, I love the theater and Nicole.
Ah! Linda, thank you.
Did not say shit about me, Linda.
Oh, wow.
Chris, and I always say her last name wrong.
Ollendorf
donated $1,000 to the theater this week.
Oh my God, thank you.
Sandy Orozco donated $100. And then, are you ready for this, Richard? We got a private secret donation of $100 to go to the Bob's Big Boy Fund.
Oh,
We are on our way.
We are on our way, $100 towards Bob's Big Boy.
$100 can get us a toenail for Bob.
Thank you.
But
right.
listen, we gotta have goals.
Yes.
Cheers to that.
That was awesome. I love that. Oh, and play a little happy music for us because I don't know if you guys saw this, but the Orange County newspaper front page. It's a picture of me and Nicole, and then it says thousands protest beach closure, stay-at-home order. And then underneath it says Bravo Virtual Theater. We are like on page 1, page 2, page 5, and then the other papers started picking it up.
Yeah.
We're famous, Nicole, we're famous.
Listen, we got a mask named after us last week. Now we're in the paper.
Front page.
Front page, and it's all thanks to you guys and your beautiful donations. We can't thank you enough. And we're on our way to getting a giant Bob's Big Boy for Richard's front yard. So
We're
it's very
almost
exciting.
there.
Very exciting things happening. Week 7.
Oh my God, 7 weeks. Are you as tired as I am? Rose, I love you, but don't count your chickens.
Come dance with me.
I warn you, I'm no Boy Scout.
Relax a while. Come dance with me.
So don't think that I'm easy
The
pickings.
music's so
Cause
nice.
I just may someday pick up and pack out.
Oh no, you won't know,
I
not a
never will.
chance. No argument, shut up and dance.
Oh, this is where we'd actually dance.
You'll never get away from me. You can climb the tallest tree. I'll be there somehow.
True, you could say, hey, here's your hat, but a little thing like that couldn't stop me now.
I
so do
can
harmony.
get
Keep
away
me
from you, even if I want to.
Oh, she never
so
wants
go
to.
on and try.
Oh my God.
Just try.
Are you
You're gonna see
loving you?
how you're gonna not at all
Get away from me. Oh, that
Do you
was
want to go back and fix that?
No, please, it's live. That's how we do in theater. They didn't know I fucked it up until you said it.
Oh, they
Want another
sure
ch-
did.
No one knew. Did
want
they
us-
know,
Sure
Richard?
did.
No, they didn't know.
So, Richard, how was your week?
Richard!
It's better now. Big Boy is.
Big Boy's got $100
Big Boy
in the
is not
bank.
so
We're ready to
old
go.
anymore.
I
We are
know
on the
Debbie's
way.
thrilled.
Debbie's
She's
like,
thrilled.
please stop giving money to that. So what's going on with you this week? What did you do?
Not a lot. Just waiting for next cocktail show.
Exactly.
No
Probably all
big
there is in our
drives down the
lives right
coast
now,
or
but,
anything? You stayed at home mostly?
Mostly.
I see you got a cocktail and a Sam Adams.
I
What
have
is
a
that?
Sam
What's that
Adams.
say? Leafy
Richard,
Lance?
double dipping
Samuel
over there.
Adams, American patriot,
Oh.
He's come to the dark side.
architect of the Boston Tea Party,
There we go.
and I think we need a little bit of overthrow going on in our own lives. And so, not to get political,
That's very true, very true.
but we
love
need to start.
Richard
We
pushing
need to
those
start
buttons.
getting out and taking matters into our own hands.
I think it's time. I think it's time. I think it's time to open this thing up, but we'll see
Enough.
where we are.
We just
Enough is
miss
enough.
everybody.
We just miss you. That's the thing. Is like we just want to see you and say hello and just create what we create. You know, it's our
Yes.
life.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we're here, so show
How's
goes on.
Debbie? How's she doing?
Fine.
Anything exciting going on? You guys singing together every day?
Every night. Every night we serenade each other.
Every night we sit around. And
She's got a thing with the Palm Springs Jazz Women's Organization.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, yeah, she was telling me
It's
she's
going
doing
to
like
be,
a live...
maybe she mentioned it during the show.
Yeah, she's doing like a Zoom or something with them,
Some
right?
kind of a thing.
Yeah.
I'll fill you in on when. It's not, I think
That's
it's
cool.
next
We'll
week
share
or
it on the
something.
show.
That's so cool.
We
You know,
did the
Debbie's not the
taping.
only one doing a Zoom thing right now. Beth
You
Hansen...
mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
There I
what was
go
that
again.
about?
Did I
I'm on a roll.
Did I let, oh,
I am on a roll.
You are good tonight. Are you sure you don't want to start and go over again?
I'm feeling the Vegas, let me tell you.
Okay, good. Oh, my gosh. Where's Tretta?
Hi, Tretta.
Tretta's our dealer in Vegas. She plays Pike-Out with us, and we just love her. She is the most amazing dealer out there. She's fabulous. She does that and Texas Hold'em, and we just love you, and we miss you so much, Tretta.
But speaking of, so Zoom, cool things happening on Zoom and classes and teachers we were talking about last week with Adriana teaching online and Beth Hansen, who teaches at Orange Coast College.
Yes, and I will tell you that
teaches
Beth,
a vocal performance class.
And Beth does not, her phone is a flip phone. This woman has no idea.
She still has
I'm
to
so
go
proud.
To text, she's like 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. Like,
Yeah.
she's horrible. But she learned how to teach online. And I don't know how she did it, but she put together this beautiful video. They're doing a concert. It's their end of the year concert, which they usually do at the Roberts Hall at OCC. And they're doing a virtual concert. And I want to share this with you because
This is just a preview.
This is just a preview. It's going to be live on Friday. I think next Friday. I think maybe the same day we come out.
We'll make sure to put up
But we'll
the
make sure it
correct
goes out with the actual dates and everything. But just so you know, like in the class right now is Ira Tractor,
We love you, Ira.
Emily Pierce, Griffin Reynolds, Beth Syverson,
gosh.
Kara Dillard,
Kara!
Landon, who's never actually worked with us, but very
We
good friends
love
with Grace.
Landon,
But
very sweet.
the lovely thing about OCC, and this is why I want you to support them, is the kids like Racy came out of there, Erica, Fiona, Danny, Tall Michael, who did company with us. Like, these are the type of products that Beth is producing.
Biddy and Gretchen.
Biddy and Gretchen, and she sends them to us. And they're such lovely kids, and everyone's got to start somewhere. And we're so happy that they're gritting. That was
We're
for
in
gritty.
a lot of trouble.
Yeah, we are. We're so happy they're getting able to start with Beth. And I want to share this with you right now. So here we go. Let's watch this.
Okay.
There's Beth with her hat on. Here's Ira! I love that all these kids are home, like, Art Saves Lives, a concert of joy. So get out there, watch our kids, watch our Bethy. May 16th, Saturday, May 16th.
Saturday, May 16th.
Get out there, watch it, be a part of it, support them, support the kids that will be in our theater soon and that have been in our theater for years to come. So yes, it's awesome.
That's wonderful.
And then I also noticed I have this fabulous cookie sitting right here.
We have snacks.
Our very dear friend Pam.
We should probably eat them.
I've already eaten 3 backstage, and I think Richard took more down.
Oh my God, that was a good cookie.
Oh, I'm
Pam Baird, y'all. The beautiful wife of the amazing, talented Dan Baird.
Yes.
Makes incredible cookies, and she supplied us with these delicious chocolate chip ones tonight. And she also is on the editing team for this show.
She really is.
She gets to watch the show before we do and make sure that we're all kosher as much as we can be.
So thank you, Pam, for our cookies. We're gonna toast our cookies. And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna have a little tadpole with us.
Cheers, everybody.
Eat your cookies, drink your drinks. Here we go. Well, I'm so excited. I know that it's just like a short visit tonight.
Yes, but we know you've been missing him. We know he's one of your favorite members of the Gem family. So we wanted to bring out our very own
Mr. Tad Puchioka! Where is he? Oh, there he is! Tadpole! How are you, my dog? What? Where is your cocktail?
Tad, this is terrible.
I know.
This is horrible.
I think
Do
I
we have
left
to do another take? Or...
Actually, I have a special surprise for you both.
Uh-oh.
Because when this much fabulousness is on stage, beautiful men manifest. Cheers, Chad.
There it is. Oh my goodness.
Oh, look at those buttons.
Cheers!
Lee Busco, did you see
My
that?
goodness gracious. Okay, well,
You're welcome.
thank you, Nicole,
Well,
for my
welcome,
special
Tad.
surprise.
Awesome. Hi, now, does that cocktail taste extra special
Oh,
or
extra
what?
special. After that, extra special.
So, Tad, you've got a mustache. What's going on with that?
I do. Well, I just thought, why not?
Oh, you
There's
like
no
that?
reason. I know. It's extra difficult because it keeps getting like in my mouth every time I talk. And
It's at the point where you're like
sip
having to
and-
like groom it, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah. And the other day there was one just all the way down here,
Flossing
like
for
I
you.
was a fish getting caught. So
Beautiful.
I need to learn how to trim this thing.
Oh, the things we do
John
in
Herkins,
quarantine.
we need you.
I know.
I know.
Yeah, I am not a.
So, have you been? What's going on with you, my love?
Yeah, just hanging out, trying to be active and creative and do all those
Well,
things.
we played a video of you a couple weeks ago at home
Yes, a
doing
little
some dancing.
dancing, a little
Dancing.
something. So yeah.
How fabulous. Well, we missed you. We know the patrons love you and
Yes,
adore you.
I love
I
it
can
now.
attest because I've been in the box office taking tickets and they've literally, people will come up to me and go, "Where's Tad? Should I come back?"
Or not just Tad, he's got a couple of other names.
He does have a few other
Yes,
names.
Pat.
there's
You're known as
Pat,
Pat.
there's Patrick when they want to
Stuart, one of my
Stuart
all-time
for some
favorites.
reason. So
Yes.
when anything goes wrong, it's usually Stuart's
Yeah,
fault.
Stuart's fault.
Yes.
So, Tad, real quick, I know we just got a few minutes with you because you got to get home, but like, what brought you to the Gem Theater?
Well, actually, 7 years ago today,
Shut
you
up.
came to see The Drowsy
did.
Chaperone.
I
Yeah,
did.
today, this
I
very
did.
day. Yeah, I did a show at Cerritos College called The Drowsy Chaperone, and it was my first time ever playing a lead. And Damien got to see me in it.
And I
'cause
walked
our
up
lives
to
are
you and I'm
listening.
like, this is my card, come do a show for me. And you're like, who's this creep?
A little bit. And then, 4 months later, the Holiday Gem happened.
The Holiday Gem was your first one.
Yeah.
And then Avita?
And then Violet. Well, and then the Hearts for the Arts, and then
Yeah.
pretty much everything since then.
Everything since then.
Everything
Tad
since
hasn't
then,
left
yeah.
us since, which is a testament because
I know,
we're a lot
almost
to
7
handle.
years.
And not only has he not left us, he came on board and is
Oh,
part
yeah.
of our team, and we
Yeah,
will
we
be
were
able
talking
to-
one day. I'm like, Tad, I think we need to bring you to the box office, and we're gonna hire you to be part of our staff now. And that was after a couple of years of you being here. And I do have to say, like, Tad did the most amazing thing when all this shit went down. Tad came to us and he said, "I want to keep working at the Gem, but." What were your exact words?
Well, as soon as this all started happening, I knew that money was going to get really tight really fast. So my number one priority was that I have a place to come back to and that everybody has a place to come back to as soon as, this all dies down. So I said that it doesn't really matter. Like, I don't need to get paid. I will be here and I will make sure that our doors stay open for the future. So
So for the past 7 weeks, Tad has come every Tuesday and volunteered his time to answer your emails and answer your phone calls and do the mail and handle me and Nicole. And
That's the hardest part.
be a
it's
great
all-
support to us.
And
yeah.
it just is a testament that all of us together, none of us are getting paid at this time. No one on this stage is getting paid right now. And we're all doing
Except
it to
Bob.
be in benefit.
well, that's
Bob's big boy, yeah, he got paid $100
The Bob
this week. But no, like we are doing this in service, as we
Absolutely.
should.
And that's why
And that's why every penny that you donate to us comes back. It's going completely to paying the lights and paying the insurance and paying the bills. That's all it's going to. It's not going to anything else right now.
100%. And that's a true testament to why you hear us all the time refer to each other as family and to this as our home, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And we're all here and we're all going to keep working as hard as we can to keep the doors open and get them back open to you as soon as possible.
And the amazing thing about this young man is that you may know him as Tad, the box office boy, but he's our theater manager. But what he really is he is the referee to Nicole and Damien.
yes, the stories I could tell.
Oh, you have no idea. No,
Send us a big check and we'll share some.
Yeah. No, Nicole's the backbone, and Tad is totally the referee. Like, we keep this thing going between the three of us. And eventually, one of these days, when I'm long gone and in the ground. Tad will be running this theater, I hope. And that's just what we do. He's fabulous and wonderful and amazing and brilliant and talented. I think my favorite story about Tad is when we were doing Disaster, we had an actor who 3 days before we were supposed to open, 2 days before we were supposed to open, decided that he just couldn't do the show. It was too much anxiety for him.
We got a text that like he maybe wasn't coming back. So we was like 6 o'clock-ish. I think it was Wednesday night.
Yeah.
And we were opening Thursday.
And I grabbed Nicole, I'm like, fix it, go get Tad. And she walks up to
And
Tad.
Tad was doing some extra work, inventory, getting ready, and I said, hey, Tad. Hey. What you doing tonight? And he goes, nothing.
Just
And I was like,
dinner.
you feel like hanging around and like reading for us, just stepping in for a little bit? Cut to.
4 days later?
No, 48
I think
hours
that was
later.
Wednesday night, and then Friday night we opened the show.
And then Friday night, he stepped in as a lead and learned the entire fucking show.
And then Saturday night, was one of like the greatest moments here, but we had the writers and two of the stars of the show.
Seth Ruditsky.
Jack Plotnick, who wrote the show, Kevin Chamberlain and Adam
who's one of my
Pascal,
most favorite, and Adam Pascal, one of your
who
favorites.
started it, were here at our gala.
Yeah.
And this one, I mean, the whole cast, brilliant. It's so funny. It's such great music. We laugh about the show all the time. But Tad, I mean, to learn a show that quickly and to like
step up and be the lead in it, like that's just a testament to who you are.
And then to do it in front of the guy that played it on Broadway and wrote it, like no pressure.
But I also think not just a testament to you, but a testament to what we do as a theater.
Yeah.
Not to like toot our own horn or anything, but like that, I don't think that's a skill that you would have had 5 years before without the theater.
Yeah, because at that point it was what's best for the show.
Yeah.
I have to do this.
Yeah.
Like there's no other option.
And not just best for the show, but best for the theater. And that's where you've always been. And that's why we love you. And that's why they love you. And I know it's just a quick stop by tonight, but Tad is coming back and we're gonna do a whole night. He's gonna sing for us. But tonight was just a fun night to say hello. Anything you want to say to your patrons, to your friends?
We're all still here.
Just to let everybody know that like we are really trying so hard to make sure that it's going to be better than ever as soon as we get back. I know it's going to be, and I'm so glad that we get to have this, to have you guys see our faces still and let you guys know that, we're still here, we're still kicking, and we're so happy to get to perform in some capacity here, and then cannot wait to get back and actually.
And then it's been, I mean, I'll speak for all of us, that it's been lovely to hear from all of you. We come in, just a couple times a week and get your emails and letters and phone calls and
it brings us to tears sometimes. It really does. I can't say thank you enough.
Well, we love you, Tad, and we are just so happy for your quick stop by tonight, and we can't wait to have you back out on stage with us for cocktails and for singing and drinking and shots.
Oh, goodness.
I know.
Here we go.
Well, we love you, Tadpole. We call him Tadpole because when he came to us, he was a little tadpole. Now he's this big old
now
frog.
He has a mustache.
Wait,
I know.
Cheers, everybody, to Tad's mustache.
To Tad, everyone, to Tad. Raise them high. We love you, Tadpole. Goodbye, honey. Thank you for coming tonight.
We love you.
Guys. We love you.
Have fun tonight.
Bye, Taddy.
Bye.
Love you.
I love it.
Woo, cheers.
Okay, well,
listen, we're back. And it's just the two of us.
I know, that's very frightening sometimes, isn't it? I know.
So this is the fun part of the night where I get to ask you some questions.
Oh, well,
because
ask them away.
Week one, took me completely off guard and interviewed me. And so now, listen, I didn't write anything down, but we're going to go for it.
I, on the other hand, research, bold quotes, but yes, but whatever.
Bold quotes.
I did.
Well,
yes.
let's start with what everybody wants to know.
Uh-oh.
The
brooch.
sparkly,
The brooch.
the dazzling.
Okay,
the brooch.
so a lot of people ask me all the time, they think oh, that's your dedication to your mother, isn't it? But it's not. I wear a brooch every night because I'm a fucking asshole. It's the truth.
In that case, you should wear a brooch every day.
I was doing a production of Fiddler on the Roof, and I told her we shouldn't be on stage.
You told who?
I told our director at the time, like, we should not be on stage, the band should not be on stage, and I should not be conducting on stage because it pulls focus. And she said, no, that's what I want. So the first night I went out and conducted, and she said, oh, no, next night you got to put the band away. I said, no, that's not going to happen. Like, we're not going to put the orchestra away for this. And she fought me on it, and so as I was walking out
Because as you do.
as I do. As
Damien
I was
likes
walking,
to argue just for argument's
just to argument's sake. I was walking out, and as I walked by the costume shop, I saw this beautiful brooch hanging. And I decided that I would put it on. And as I conducted that night, I would conduct, and then I would turn around. And I would conduct, and then I would turn around. And she came up to me at the end of the show, and I saw her in the wings yelling, waiting for me. And she was yelling at me that my brooch was like the moon over Anatevka. And then all of a sudden, one of the biggest donors of the theater walked up and said, I love that you wore this brooch tonight. I wear a brooch every night. Would you wear my brooch tomorrow? I said, of course I will.
Oh, and so it begins.
And that's how it began. And ever since then, it's just been my signature thing. I know that it came from being an asshole, but it really has become the signature thing. And I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of brooches. Patrons give them to me all the time. When we go to the Orange County Fair, which I'm so sad there's no fair this year. I always get 5 new brooches at the fair each year. But I have friends who bring them to me. I've got brooches from all over the world. I have pieces that are Eisenberg ice that are very expensive pieces that have been gifts to me, and I have brooches that I've gotten at the dollar store. I love them all. This one that I'm wearing tonight is from my very good friend Peter Christopherli, who was the Cogsworth who fell. This was a gift from him, and I love this one very much.
He will forever and always be the Cogsworth who fell.
He was even in the paper with us about him falling. But yeah, no, I love my brooches, and I try to switch them out and wear a different brooch every single night.
That's super fun.
Yeah.
Well, now that we've got that out of the way, the sparkle shoes. I'm just kidding.
I'm out of my drink.
I'm almost out of my drink.
I need a cocktail. Should we quit
Should we summon our beautiful cocktail boy tonight?
Where is the cocktail boy? Because I need a drink. Cocktail boy. Oh, here he comes. I don't know which I'm more excited about, the cocktail or the boy.
Thank you. Can we trade you? Thank you, darling.
Thank you, my love. Now go that way so we can see the butt this time.
Oh!
Look at that butt, my God. Now, where did you find him? Anaheim Boulevard? What?
Harbor. Listen, everybody, that beautiful, handsome man who is lovely and amazing and wonderful is the personal trainer Adriana was talking about last week. And his name is Nick Upton, and he is incredibly talented and wonderful, and he is so gracious to come on the show tonight. And
as much as we treat him like eye candy, he's a lovely human being. It was so cute because I wanted to interview him tonight, but first off, we couldn't find where to put the microphone. And secondly, he was very shy about it, but he's a wonderful, amazing man. If you need a personal trainer, this is the man that you want to get to. We're going to put his information out there for you so you can find it. I'm even going to go personal train with him just so I can watch him for an hour a week.
You heard it all here first.
But no, like, he's amazing and he's wonderful and so kind. And look what he did with Adriana. My God, he did that, what, in 6 weeks?
She looks amazing.
Oh,
yeah.
She looks amazing. And you knew what she looked like before, so.
I need you all at home to know that Adriana is here
in the house
tonight, and she's flipping
me off.
So.
Can we put a little camera on her, Chase? There she is. Flip me off there. Flip me off there. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. Miss Adriana Sanchez.
Yay!
So thank you, Nick. And as wonderful as he is, as beautiful he is, as talented as he is, as muscular as he is, he has a fucking accent for days, right? From Wales?
Yes.
So we're gonna get him back. We'll put a microphone on him. That means we have to put clothes on him too. But we'll listen to talk next time. Okay, back to me. Back to me. Back to Damien.
Well, should we start at the very beginning? It's always a very good place to start.
I don't even know what that means, but okay.
Damien was born on an August day in
1973. I'm going to be 47 this year. I'm getting old.
That's exciting. We mentioned before. I mean,
I don't feel like I'm 47.
The life that we get to live, and what an honor it is to be alive every day and to get to create art and make a living doing that.
I feel the same way I felt at 25, honestly. Like, yes, I get up, my knees hurt a little bit, but yeah, no, I feel like inside here is the same that it's always been.
It's easy sometimes to take for granted, but I think these last couple of weeks have been a reminder to us, same as when we had the fire in the theater, that we really are one of the very few, one in the million.
We are
that
just
get to be in a space
by
to
God's
have
grace.
A space.
It really is. I don't like to say this a lot, but
whatever we want.
Oh yeah,
create
it's
art
God's
and
gift. It's the grace of God.
Vision, and
yeah.
We fight each other tooth and nail
every
about
day.
It, but it really is a special gift, and so I
it's
think
hot.
it is.
I'm going to take my jacket off. Is that okay?
Take your jacket. It is
getting
hot.
It's really hot. The lights are beaming down tonight.
Yeah, it's the lights.
Well, there's spotlights on it tonight, and I think that's a new thing. Oh.
Woo!
Oh my God! Remember when I fell the other day? Almost fell right now.
Behind the scenes.
Here we go. And I'm back.
Okay, but
no brooch, but it's on the jacket, so it counts.
You've been involved in the arts your entire life.
Yeah,
So how did you get started? I know it was something about you had
when
a
I was
speech
really young, I had a
right?
speech impediment, and
Not
my
the
mom.
same speech impediment that comes as a part of our drinking.
No. I mean, that one comes out. Well, you've seen me in rehearsal. I had a really bad stutter as a child. And when I was in kindergarten at Jefferson in like 1979, they sent me to a speech pathologist. And at the time, it was the 70s, and there's this whole thing about like sing therapy. And when I would sing, I wouldn't have the speech impediment. So my mom was like really clear about that. And then the teacher came up to my mom and said like, hey, he actually has a really lovely voice. You should be acknowledging that. And my mom was a waitress at Love's at the time, and then ended up working at Santa Ana Unified School District as a cafeteria lady. And I don't know how she did it, but she was able to get me a voice teacher. Richard Dastrup, who was a tenor for the Met back in the 60s and 70s, but he had a massive stroke. And then he came out to California, was a voice teacher at Fullerton College, Kelsey Fullerton. And he started training me to sing. And before I knew it, I was traveling the world singing. Yeah.
That's incredible. So no one in your family had recognized that you had a exceptional voice until...
Well, you know what? I think it's so funny because...
Did you ever sing as a kid, or...
I started singing as a child, but my mom's family, we have some fabulous singers, and my dad's family, I don't know if you've ever heard of the Foy family. I've got this weird, like, intermingled family on both sides. I don't even know if we want to go into that. But my Lorton side, my grandfather was Arthur Lorton I, but he married Evelyn Foy. And the Foy was part of the Foy family, and they made a movie about them in the 30s. They would play, like, the violins, and they would all sing together, and they were like a vaudeville act.
So it runs in your blood deep.
On the Foy family, on the Lorton side, like Evelyn Foy and my uncle Billy, who's still alive, he's the only one left on my dad's side that's still alive of his generation. He plays the banjo every single day.
That's amazing.
But they grew up playing the banjo and the fiddle, and my grandmother had a Stradivarius that she played all the time. And Elaine and all of them played together, and there was this huge family thing. And then on my mom's side, I tell you, my mom had the most beautiful voice. And I'm not saying that because she was mom, and we always have these memories. My mom had a voice like you wouldn't believe, a beautiful soprano voice. And my mom ended up running the church choir with Richard for years and years and years.
How funny she was a soprano. We've talked about
and
this
I
before.
hate sopranos.
You don't like sopranos.
But you know what? I think that's why I hate sopranos,
But
because
she
they
tainted
don't
it for
sound
you.
like
They
my
don't sound
mom.
like her.
They don't sound like my mom. Now, Richard, am I fucking around? Didn't Mama sound beautiful? Like, she was she sounded like, she would always sing like Evergreen with Barbra Streisand and stuff, and I was like, oh, whenever I hear Barbra Streisand, oh, that's what my mom sounded like. Yeah. My mom had this beautiful voice, and then she had the church choir, and then when Mama's passed, I took over the church choir.
So did your mom ever have aspirations of doing anything with her voice, or?
She actually did a little bit. My my mom and dad were married for, my mom, we're gonna go into it. My mom was 15 when she married my dad. Now, it was a very, very long time ago. She lived in a very, very small town. So,
San Juan Capistrano.
We're gonna go into it. So my grandmother, Juanita Rios Foy, her husband passed when my mom was 6 years old. And then when my mom was about 13 or 14, maybe 13 or 12, she married this guy named Glenn Foy. Glenn Foy had a nephew named Arthur Lorton. Even though they were cousins, but not by marriage, he would be around all the time. And my mom's like, I want to get the fuck out of this town. I'm fucking done with this. It's a small town. Let's go. She married my dad.
30 minutes away.
Exactly. Well, that was a long, Santa Ana was like a big city back then. So she married my dad, and then they had kids. And then my dad just had his issues, and then they separated, and my mom started working at Love's, and she made really good friends with this guy named Bear. And Bear was like, I have this band, and we're gonna call it The Band. And I want you to come sing in it. You've got this great voice. So she started singing with them and hanging out with them. And then my mom went to a New Year's Eve party and saw my dad again. Ooh. And she's like, oh, I'm gonna fall back in love with him. And it was New Year's Eve, 1973. And she went home with him. She got pregnant, and she said, I'm getting back together with my husband. We've been separated. Like, this is wonderful. Thank you so much. And then the band went on to become The Band, which was a huge rock group in the 70s.
Yeah.
And when Mama died, like, Bear and them came back to the funeral. And it was one of the kindest things, but also, like, such a funny thing is, if it wasn't for your mom, we'd never be famous. I said, oh, that's so awesome. Thank you. He was like, yeah, the minute she left, we took off.
Listen, you never know how you're going to impact someone's life.
But no, that's, and my mom, but that was the thing. She always wanted to sing. She always wanted to tap dance. They grew up in Capo. They didn't have a lot of money. I don't really say this a lot. My dad never got past the 3rd grade. He couldn't read. He couldn't write. I would have to read everything to him. I'd have to sign his checks for him. My mom never went to high school. They weren't educated in the sense of education, but they were so kind and so loving. My dad worked his ass off doing asphalt every day of his life. He worked so hard doing asphalt. I remember coming home and just smelling the smell of asphalt and knowing, like, oh, my dad is home. He worked so hard on the machines that in 1984, he had to retire early because the machine shook his body so hard he got degenerative arthritis. My mom would come home from the cafeteria with burns on her arms, blisters on her arms from taking all the food and stuff in, but they never stopped. They never stopped working. And even though we didn't have a lot, I never knew that. Yeah. And then when Papa left us, and it was just me and Mom, and I never knew, she would feed me, and then I'm like, why aren't you eating with me? She's like, oh, I'll wait till you're done eating, because we didn't have enough food. And I didn't know those things, but they always provided, and they always made sure that I had enough, and they always made sure that I still had theater. And that was the amazing thing, and that's the gift. That's the gift of them, and I love it, and I love that. And, you know,
I think that's something that you've carried on in your life, and maybe not in such an outwardly expressive way, but it's something that you try and instill in everyone you come across, is this sense of, like, being grateful for what you have the gifts that we're given, and taking care of each other. And Damien is always cooking food for somebody, or buying something for somebody, or making sure that, I can't even count how many of us have slept on his couch and been taken care of by him, and it's just, that's something that was deeply instilled in you.
Oh, and like deeply instilled into my family, not just my mom and my dad, but generations on my mom's side of the family. I mean, we're from Capistrano. You know, that's a huge thing. I was gonna
circle to that. So a big part of who you are and what you talk about and what you share all the time is your heritage, and the fact that your family, your mother's family, comes from San Juan Capistrano.
Yeah, well, you know.
We were talking to your Aunt Judy today, and I think she confirmed your 10th
generation. We always go back and forth. My 10th generation, my 12th generation, and we're California.
Oh,
we say California.
Excuse me.
So, believe it or not, a long, long time ago, when Junio Becerra came over from Spain with Queen Elizabeth, he had a general with him, was Feliciano Rios. And he was the main like soldier with Junipero. And they built the missions together. And when he came to Mission Capistrano, which is the 7th mission, he fell in love.
And the most beautiful, I think.
Well, and it's called the Jewel of the Missions.
Yes.
And do you want to know why it's called the Jewel of the Missions? Because he fell in love with an Indian woman, and he would call her his jewel. And he stayed, and when Junipero moved on, he stayed and he married her. And he dedicated that mission to her, and the jewel is my ancestry. That's where we come from. So I'm 9th generation Californian, which is a mix of Spanish, American, well, it wasn't American, we're before America, but it's California. It's Spanish, it's Indian, it's the whole heritage of everything. And we have a home in Capistrano called the Rios Adobe. It is the oldest living land grant. It was given to us by the Queen of Spain at the time, Queen Elizabeth, and it's over 300 years old. It's older than our country, and we have all of our family weddings there, and our family funerals, and our family history lives there.
I've been to some of them. Very fun.
My cousin Steven still lives there, and it's
Amazing
our family home.
And when the gem became our home in 2008,
Yes.
we had a big opening day ceremony, and Damien came
And
to
I
me
was
and
very
said,
clear.
it's really important to me that I bring my family here.
Yeah.
And they staged the building, and we do a whole ceremony out front. So we had the drummers.
We had the drummers and everything. Yes.
It was
so
really beautiful.
I'm from the Juanino Band of Mission Indians, which we now call the Ahashiman. That's our tribe. And we do, and my cousins, I mean, we're very active in our faith and in our heritage. My 2 cousins, Eddie Boy and the boys, they're the #1 dancer and #1 drummers in the country, and they travel all over the place. My cousin Jackie, she followed my grandmother, which she would never let me call her grandma, it was mother, Juanita Rios Foy. She follows in her footsteps, and she goes and teaches them the education of California missions and California history and the heritage of who we are. So it's very important to me. And I don't share that with a lot of people, but it really is. And you know, when you come into my house, like, I was just saying last night, I have my abalone shell and my rocks in the front yard, and I have my sage, and it's a beautiful combination of Catholicism, history, Spanish, and Native, and we're very proud of it.
And I think it's just another layer to add to what makes you an incredible performer and actor, and you have this incredible background of people that have come up before you with so many amazing talents.
My grandmother was so fucking amazing. She would probably slap me across the face for saying fucking. But Juanita Rios Foy, she was the matriarch of Capistrano, which pretty much was like our tribal leader. She was the first woman in our tribe to really like stand up, and she was an amazing woman. Yeah, okay, moving on.
So all of this led to you being a kid who ended up in having this like naturally gifted.
We have the gift of gab in our family. We just do. It's part. I think it's part of our Indian heritage.
Not just that, but you have this like showmanship you were born with. I think I always joke that like Damien like popped out of the womb like flying on a rainbow.
With a tiara and a scepter.
Ready to take on the world. But you've always been a performer, an entertainer. Yeah. And so once they figured out.
But not just me, like my cousin Shasha, you know Shasha.
Yes.
And Tammy. I mean, we're just like ready to go.
So once they figured out, they put you in voice lessons and figured out that you had this incredibly gifted voice.
Well, they loved it. They loved it until my voice changed, and then everyone dropped me.
But before that happened, you got to tour the entire world.
I did.
With the All-American Boys Chorus and with the London Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah.
Because you had this beautiful boy soprano voice.
Yeah.
And I've seen the photos and videos of you, the newspaper clippings of you.
Yeah.
I mean, on the cover of newspapers all over the world.
Yeah.
With a big mouth open.
Oh yeah. Child prodigy.
Child.
Now, exactly. Now in Garden Grove.
How far you've come. How incredible. So you have seen some amazing things and sung with some incredible people.
I have. I got to work with Bob Hope and Wayne Newton. And
yes, there's a restaurant in Garden Grove down the street from here called House of Pizza. And we were in there one day, and they've got really cool old photos on the wall. And I think we were like picking up food or something, and I look, and I'm like, there's a photo of Bob Hope with this little kid. And I'm like, I know that kid. And it's Damien.
Yeah,
framed on the wall with Bob Hope.
Yeah, I worked with a lot of people. I got to work with Wayne. I got to work with Bob. I got to work with Phyllis Diller. I mean, anyone who was anyone in the 80s, I got to work with, which was awesome.
That's super cool.
What was his name, Richard, who used to do the funniest thing? Art Linkletter. I worked with Art Linkletter for a long time. We would, in fact, when, who was the guy who, oh God, Lee Iacocca. Lee Iacocca would do these big events, and Lee and me and Art Linkletter would go out together. Like, I don't even know how I got to have that life. And it was amazing. It was wonderful. Art would have these 2 chairs that were like recliner chairs. And it was just so weird. I got to watch Sammy Davis Jr. do
Bojangles.
The last time on the Jerry Lewis show. We were both on the Jerry Lewis telethon. And when he finished, he threw his hat to me. Like, those are the things that I got to do.
You kept it.
I have it.
Do you really?
I do. It's in the garage.
Well, now we're never going to find out.
Exactly.
That's a
No, like, I got to do
hole.
amazing things. That was also the same day that Jack Ritter made me cry on national television. Because he went through, he's like, oh, you're so tiny, you're so tiny. And then came back and he was like, you're so fat. And I broke out on tears. But because he did that to me, Henry Winkler took me on a ride on his motorcycle that day. I was fat. Not anymore.
I just want to quickly transition to, so you had this incredible childhood growing up. So at what point did you decide, like, I'm done, not done being a performer, because you are currently on stage starring in Guys and Dolls, but it's few and far between the moments that you get on stage now and actually perform. So at what point did, like, you get the directing bug and the musical directing bug? And, like,
well, I was doing
transition
shows.
there?
My voice changed, and then everyone dropped me, and I went to high school, the arts in Orange County, and then I started performing again. I went out on tour and did some shows, and then Papa got sick, and I came home, and I'm like, what the fuck do I do now? So I started musically directing, and then I went back to the choir, and I ran the choir at church, and I really fell in love with music again. But I fell in love with teaching, and I never thought that would be possible. And then I went to Newport Harbor High School, as you know.
And that's where we met.
Yep. And then one thing just
and then
led
your
to
life
another.
Changed forever.
It really did, but honestly, it honestly really did. I accidentally fell into it, and I didn't realize I had a passion for it. But going back to the whole, it was God's plan for me. Like, this is what you're supposed to be doing. And once I found my real, true passion, I just followed it, and I came here, and this is why I'm here today.
I think it's incredible because we have Wilmer Productions together, we produce shows together, but I don't feel like I have a natural gift for teaching. But you come across those people that do. You come across people like Adriana. You come across people like Gina Mitchell.
Oh, yeah.
John Mitchell.
Yeah.
You're all naturally gifted. Is that Jurassic Park?
It is. Because I'm a fucking dinosaur.
But you have a natural gift and a passion for teaching, and it's really exciting to see and really inspiring. And when I get exhausted and overwhelmed by the amount of energy and attention and people, you like start to thrive off of that.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
And there's nothing more exciting than being in a room and watching you teach music and inspire people. And you've inspired so many people for so many years. I mean, I've only known you for 20 years, and I mean, it goes way beyond that, the amount of people that you've taken care of and inspired, and to see where they are now. And I think the testament is you look at people and that they're constantly checking in with you.
Yeah.
And telling you, and when something really exciting happens, like I got this part, or I got into this school, or I'm gonna be on RuPaul's Drag Race, or when any like big life moment happens, you're one of the first phone calls, even before their parents, because of what you've given, the gift that you've given.
It's so funny. I was so clear, I think because, and again, my parents were great people, but because my childhood was an interesting childhood, I was like, I don't want to have kids. I don't want to I don't want to be concerned with children. I'm just going to be myself. But in being what I'm doing now, I have more children. Like, I look at like today I was talking to baby Elliot. We call him baby Guido, but Elliot, who is 9, I talked to him today. I've got Emmy, I've got so many kids. I've got all of them. And it's amazing. Like, I never wanted children, but I have hundreds of kids now who have come through the ranks. And the thing that I always say is that it's about responsibility and discipline and just living your life and being you. And it's been an amazing experience, and I'm so grateful. And when I'm old, you all have to send me $100 a month, and then I'll be fine.
Yes, but you do, I will toot your own horn for a second. You do, for as much as you give, I think the thing that we've always said is theater's kind of an amazing thing because you can go through the ranks, and we've all done it.
Yeah.
There's so many different aspects to being in theater, right? It's not always about being on stage and being a singer and dancer.
Never.
You can direct, you can be a musician, you can be a designer, you can be an usher, you can be a seamstress, you can do makeup or lights or so many different facets. You should learn all of it.
Oh, you have to learn all of it.
And that's something that you taught me.
Yeah.
And it's something that we try and teach the kids that come through here. But at the end of the day, it's about living in a space of integrity and being grateful. And you stand up every day, and you're a testament to that for all of us. And I'll speak for everybody and say that we appreciate you, and we love you, and we love the gifts that you give us and the creativity that you share, and we're so grateful for you being here.
Well, thank you.
So cheers to dames, everybody.
Here we go.
Now.
Uh-oh.
I think the elephant in the room,
Yes.
if we're going to talk about your life.
Yes. Do I need another drink? Because I'm a little buzzed.
Is that there...
Do you hear the song?
I don't even know how to begin this. I don't even know how
I was fat. I was really fucking fat. Is that what you're going to?
You used to be ginormous.
Yes.
You used to be ginormous. I think it's funny now because we'll be places and people will like do a double take.
Yeah.
And they're like, do I know that guy?
Yeah.
And we're like, yes, you do. You are a
5'63" at my heaviest, 72-inch waist.
May I? I brought out a little prop.
Oh God, please.
I had to like, triple, I'm gonna stand up. I had to triple fold it.
Yes, that was me.
These are Damien's fucking pants. Hey, Jerry. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a big old fatty. Had a lot of shit go down, was fat as a kid, started eating when Mama died, started eating when Peter died, just ate. And then I got really sick, and I was really sick, God gives
Here's
you
the thing.
so many...
We were in the middle of the holiday jam with Damien playing Santa,
Had a heart attack.
left in the middle of the show. This happened like 2 years in a row.
2 years in a row.
Yeah, it was a long process,
Yeah.
but you've come a long, long way in your health journey.
Here's the thing that I'll tell you. The universe, God, whatever you want to say, they'll give you signs. They give you little signs,
You
and
didn't
then
listen to any of them.
and then the sign comes like a little kick, then it comes like a kick in your ass, and then God just takes his foot and puts it on your chest and knocks you down onto the ground and says, listen to me, fucker, get your shit together. And that's what happened. Like, I had signs.
So you were in and out of the hospital for how many months?
I, within a year and a half, was in the hospital for over 52 weeks.
Wow.
I was in ICU in a coma for 9 days. They came and told me, do you have all your paperwork filled out? I'm like, yeah, they have all my insurance. Like, no, do you have like all your paperwork filled out? I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, your kidneys are shutting down, your liver's shutting down, your lungs are shutting down. Do you like have like your papers done? Do you know who's like getting your house? Like what? I was like, what the fuck does this mean? Yeah, Nicole gets everything. And then I was like, no, I'm not gonna die. I went to a coma for 8 days, and then all of a sudden, they're like taking all the tubes and everything out of me, and the nurse is like, "You're a miracle. You're a miracle." I'm like, "Oh, because I have a..."
Well, you know what's the craziest part is all through this time, we continued to produce shows.
Oh yeah, I would check
Damien
myself
would
out of
come
the hospital,
and
I had an IV and a nurse. Remember, and then
and
Sophia
your
was a little
cousin
girl.
Shelly was like chasing you around,
Yep.
scooping up the.
Yep, all the everything, and then Sophia would
As
ride
we're,
on
like,
my.
in music rehearsals, and we just carried on.
We did
as
like
we do.
I would check myself out of the hospital, come to rehearsals, fix the show, go back in the hospital. It was a really interesting experience.
So how are you now?
I'm fabulous. I'm healthy. I'm totally off of every medication. I take my vitamins. I take a stomach pill every day, which is like over the counter.
We drink too much, but
Well, who doesn't right now?
it's work related.
I can either eat or drink, and I choose to drink. But at the end of the day, I ended up having tumors in my esophagus, tumors in my stomach, tumors in my lower intestine and higher intestine. So they went in, they cut off half my esophagus, cut out 3/4 of my stomach, cut out 7 feet of intestine and
Jesus.
3 feet of small intestine. And well, you know, they told me, I don't think you can ever drink again. And I was like, oh my God. So the doctor said, like, after 3 months after my surgery, he's like,
That's a death sentence.
he's like, if you want to try and drink, Damien, you have to wait 90 days and then go. So we only did the tin together, which is my favorite part, the Tin Lizzie. I was like, well, he's like, one of two things are gonna happen. You're gonna have a drink, and it will poison you, and you'll drop down and tell everyone like to call the hospital and go. I was like, well, if I have one drink, I'm gonna do a shot of tequila. So I ordered a double shot,
Of course.
and we all sat there, and I sucked it down. I waited, and nothing happened. I'm like, I'll take another one. Now, I cannot eat food to this day, but I can drink every day! God has a plan!
Listen. But you do love food. You miss food.
Oh my God. You ask Adriana, when they told me we're gonna cut your stomach away, we're gonna cut your esophagus away, we're gonna cut all this away, you'll never be able to eat regularly again. And when I eat, like, I have to eat like snippets, I just eat snippets all day long. I eat snippets, I take vitamins, I do my thing, but I drink like a fucking fiend. But I called Adriana that day, I was like, I want to go to Europe and eat my way through Europe, and I'm never going to be able to do that. And she was like, knock it off, knock it off.
Only because you don't have a passport.
She's so mad at me about that.
But okay. Enough about you. Enough about your stories.
Oh, yeah. Back to you.
I was going to do like a cute transition between food and singing, but I think we'll just go to it.
Oh,
Will you sing us a song?
I'm a little drunk, but why not? So, I did fall in love once when I was younger, when I was fat. And believe it or not, I fell in love with a woman.
Wow.
I know. The only woman I ever really loved.
That's a big moment.
I know, yeah.
What was her name?
There's a lady living someplace where it is I do not know, but I long to write and tell her that I love her so. I believe I might do mayhem. Yes, I might destroy myself if I ever found her missing from my grocer's shelf. Fuck, I am drunk. Sarah Lee.
Listen, you make up words all the time. You're good.
Sarah Lee. Your brioche just fractures in me. Give me a taste of your cherry Danish.
Ooh.
My mother bakes so well, but you can't compare her, not with Sarah Lee. Oh, Sarah Lee. Drop that H, just Sarah. Lee, and that's okay by me. Diamond cheesecake, white as pearl. Did I mention that chocolate swirl from the kitchens of the one I love, wonderful Sara Lee?
Sara Lee.
What should I try to sing? Take it away.
Sarah.
What are my words?
He's leading it back in.
Then it thrills me like
Oh yeah, okay, here we go. Where it is?
Sarah Lee.
And it thrills to my soul.
Sarah Lee.
When I'm okay, go back. Don't sing. Let Richard take it. You can't help. No joining in.
More like Jack Daniels.
Exactly.
Sarah Lee.
Exactly.
Sarah
We haven't read a song about
And
Jack
thrills
Daniels.
me right through my soul.
Sarah Lee.
When
Right,
I'm
it's
nibbling
better
on
than
a
your drink.
finger roll.
I love
You hear me say, for goodness sake, there's never been a better banana cake. Cousin Milton Hammond works at the Hilton. He caters banquets, and at each affair he'll swear by Sara Lee.
I really know what you mean.
Sara Lee.
Her
Brownie's a
are
fiend.
obscene.
Drop that H, say Sarah
There we go.
Lee. Now that's okay by me. Diamond cheesecake, white as pearl. And did I mention that chocolate swirl from the kitchens of the one I love? Wonderful Sarah, beautiful Sarah. Saralee. Sara Lee. I think this is the worst we've ever been.
God.
Every week
That
just
was
gets
the
worse.
equivalent of you peeing during my song in the first episode.
We don't say those things out loud. So I found this song that was written in the early 90s, and I hadn't heard it for a long time. And I thought it was so poignant to the time that we're living in right now. So Richard and I worked it up a little bit, and we're going to sing it. It's from a musical called When Pigs Fly. But it's a beautiful song called Laughing Matters. So I'm going to wear my glasses. Here we go, because I found them finally. Live at 5 and CNN keeps us all abreast of breaking stories that can tend to make us anxious and depressed. Problems with no answers hang on like a nagging cough. And every day some brand new issue rears its head to piss you off. Bad guys win. Optimism's wearing thin. Things are spinning out of control. Cynicism's all the fad. World events can make us mad as hatters. Almost every day, some underpining slips away. These aren't laughing matters. Time bombs tick. People keep on getting sick. And a nickel's not worth a cent. Wickedness and greed abound. Just as peace is gaining ground, it shatters. Hate is here to stay, and justice goes to those who pay. These aren't laughing matters. The truth is scarier by far than anything that Stephen King can write. The stories in the papers are a daily small decline, a fall spelled out in black and white. What to do, how to take a better view, when your noodles totally fried. Human spirits need to be leavened by some levity. So take those blues and bounce them off the walls. Keep your humor, please, 'cause don't you know it's times like these that laughing matters most of all. Just want to share that with you. But now I think it's time for us to say goodbye. What a fabulous night we had tonight, Nicole.
That was amazing.
Was it a fun night? Tad was with us,
beautiful.
and Richard and everyone else.
You know what's so refreshing is to hear you like sing with your legit beautiful
Oh, I know. I
voice.
never ever do that. It's
That's
a very
lovely.
rare thing. That in church is the only time you hear that voice.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Beautiful.
cheers, cheers. So we thought since it's my night tonight, it was your night the first night, and oh my God, we were so calm that night. But we thought that we would close with one of our favorite songs. You've heard it before, you're gonna hear it again tonight, because it is true. Happy days are coming, and they are here again. So let's go ahead and sing it.
Forget your troubles,
Happy days
come on,
are
get happy.
here again.
You better chase
The
all
skies
your
are all
cares
clear
away.
again.
Shout hallelujah,
So sing a
come
song
on,
of
get
cheer
happy.
again.
We're
Happy
headed
days
towards
are
the
here
judgment
again.
The sun is shining,
All
come
together,
on, get
shout
happy.
it out.
Love is waiting
No
to
one's
take
gonna
your
shout it out.
Shout hallelujah,
So let the
and
world
just get
shout
happy.
it out.
We're
Happy
headed
days
for
are
the
here
judgment
again.
We're heading down the river soon. Our cares will be all gone.
There'll be no more troubles from now on. From now on.
Forget your troubles
Happy
and
days
just get happy.
are here again. The
You better chase all your
skies are
cares
all
away.
clear again.
Shout hallelujah.
Sing a song
Come
of
on,
the
get
cheer
happy.
again. Happy times.
Happy times.
Happy nights.
Happy nights.
Happy days are here again. Oh, what a fun night it was tonight. Tad was here with us, our little tadpole with that little mustache. Our cocktails and our special little cocktail boy out there. Oh my goodness. What a present that was, Nicole.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you. Take a bow, my love. Take a bow, Miss Nicole DeSesso.
Thank you.
And Richard Abraham on the keys tonight.
Oh,
Mr. Bones
wow,
himself.
Richard.
There he is. And don't forget me. I am your hostess with the mostest.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much, and we're so excited about next week. Our surprise
Love
guests
you.
are coming for you. You're gonna love it, Mr. Tim Clayga himself. I
so
know.
excited.
Timmy's
Timmy,
gonna be out
I can't
here.
wait to have you here.
We'll see you guys soon. We love you. Thank you guys so much for
Bye,
watching
guys.
tonight. Thank you for everything you
you. We
do.
love
Be
you.
safe, be happy, and we'll see you next week with a cocktail in your hand. Have a good night, everyone. Here we go, Nicole.
Are we
Let's
going
go.
this way?
Gotta get ya, gotta get ya. Ah.